Trying to adjust. Give me a minute here. All right. I think we got it. Good evening, everybody. Uh, I'm tired. I'm going to be honest right from the very beginning. I'm really, really tired. It's been a very long couple of days and not a whole lot of sleep. So, uh, anyway, I hope everybody is doing well. I hope you guys had a good week. It is now the weekend. It's the last couple of days, it felt like a weekend. So I just want to say, first of all, again, thank you to Eric. Uh, Unbelievably awesome time. Just, I appreciate him thinking about me and saying, hey, you want to go to this concert? And for those of you that have been living under a rock and don't know, I went to see Aerosmith in Boston yesterday. Never been to Boston in my life. Well, I've never been to Massachusetts in my life. So, really, really just a fantastic time. It was a great show. And just really had a lot of fun. And I do have to mention, I gotta mention one comment because it's like most people's comments were like, "Oh, have fun. I hope you had a good time." Blah 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 blah. Right? So I get one comment. Well, those seats suck. Well, here's what I have to say to that person that says, "Hey, those seats sucked. How were your seats? Where were you at?" Oh, that's right. You probably weren't there. So I'm going to say that my seats were probably a little bit better. It's always one, always one. But no, I had a fantastic time. It was a good trip. We left early this morning, and drove back, and everybody got home safe. Which is, yeah, some people will complain about anything. You are absolutely right. Prepping survival. Yeah. They will take any kind of positive that's there and try to turn it into a negative. So, but anyway, before we get started in this live stream, I just want to remind everybody that this is a very family friendly oriented. Did I break out the spandex in the way? No, no. Spandex is not. Let's put it like see. Here's the thing: is I'm a realist. I realize that spandex on me would not look good, so there will be no spandex. Okay, so that you know, but yeah, no, yeah, none. There will be no spandex on me. Again, let me explain something to you guys. See, I've seen myself naked, so I know better. Yes, I did get a shirt. Yep, I did get a shirt. I'll be wearing it at some point. I'll show you guys. Um, Actually, I probably well, hold on. I got it over here. It's right in the laundry. Hold on, I'll grab it because I wore it the other day. Obviously. All right. All right. So on the front, there's the front of the shirt. Okay, and then the back of the shirt. There's the back of the shirt. So just a blast. Great time. That's got to get washed. So, um, just a tremendous, tremendous amount of fun. But let me do this far. We'll talk a little bit more about the concert in a second. Okay. So, want to remind everybody, family friendly oriented channel. Please be decent in the chat. No racism, no nastiness. Everybody, let's just have a good time. We'll have a nice chat, and we will go from there. Where did you eat up at Lake George? Neighbor Bob, we ended up going. So I'll tell you that story too in a second here. But anyway, so let's just have a good chat, okay? So, but we're going to get into the whole railroad strike in a little bit. Obviously, we're going to talk about the trip a little bit first. So we get to Lake George, and we decide that. Thank you very much. No, I like the shirt too. It's awesome, absolutely awesome. Um, so we get to Lake George. We say, okay, we're going to go eat. So we start looking for places to eat, and there was like no place was open. I mean, it was crazy. It was like some car show weekend coming up, so they were going to be so there was a lot of really cool older cars there and stuff like that, and we ended up going to a Japanese steakhouse. We ended up eating at a Japanese steakhouse, so that was actually very cool too. It was really nice, but we were trying to find someplace. Eric's like, I want to have a steak. I got to have a steak. I'm like, and I'm like, hey man, wherever you want to go. I'm just going along for the ride. I don't care. But no, it was like I said, it was a really a whole lot of fun. So we were at Lake George, and then he went swimming in the morning. He went swimming that night, and then in the morning he went swimming again. I'm like, yeah, no, not for me. But anyways, a little too chilly for me to be out there swimming. But it was like I said, it was a lot of fun. It was a great time. And when you're hanging out with fun people, that makes it even better. That makes it even better. Hey, Asif, how you doing, buddy? But no, it was a great concert. Um, the opening band was okay. It was Extreme. Extreme was the opening band. They were okay. But when you see masters come out and hone their craft to a point where, I mean, these guys have been doing this for 50 years. So I mean, they were just on it. Steven Tyler, I mean, voice never cracked. Just sang to perfection. Joe Perry, I mean, what can you say about, I mean, just unbelievable. And it was so fun. It was just such a good time. And what did I think of Boston? We got to, so we got into Boston. So I'll tell you how we get into Boston probably 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The concert was, they were opening the doors at like 6:30. So we got to the hotel room, basically washed up a little bit, uh, got a cab, took the cab to the stadium, waited in line with everybody else, got in there, got something to eat, did the concert, and you know, oh, Ozzy did the halftime show for the first game of the NFL. That's cool. That's cool. So we after the show, we basically hailed the cab, grabbed the cab, went back to the hotel, uh, relaxed for a little bit, went to sleep, and left this morning. So I really didn't see Boston, if you will. Fenway was very cool. Fenway Park was very, very cool. I'd love to go there at some point and actually watch a game. I think that would be really fun to see the Yankees and the Red Sox play there. I think that would be great. But it was just like I said, it was just to get away and not think about stuff and just relax and joke and laugh. And again, that's all the company. That's who you're hanging out. I mean, it's like if you're hanging here's the key, which people I think a lot of people don't get. If you're hanging out with negative people all the time, and alls they are is negative all the time. How much were the beers and hots? Well, I didn't have any beer at the stadium. I got a pop. But beers were like $15 at the state. It was they're look at. I'm gonna go back to the hotel room afterwards, and I'll drink a beer or two at the hotel room. I'm not paying $15 for a beer. I'm not doing it. And I don't even know what the mixed drinks were. I mean, that was just nuts, just absolutely nuts. So concessions. I got a hot dog and I got a pretzel and a pop. That's it. And I think it was like $27. Yeah. So I mean, or something 22 or 27. It was crazy, you know. Yeah. So it was just, yeah, but we didn't have time to eat by the time we got to Boston. So you wanted to, yeah, it was crazy. The prices were crazy. You don't even want to know what the t-shirts were going for. You don't even want to know. Um, but like I said, it was fun. Once in a lifetime type of experience for me. You know what I mean? I've never seen Aerosmith play before. I am tired, Pam. I'm very very tired. Uh, I'll put it like okay. So the first night, I think I slept 3.5 hours, and then last night. So I'll give you. So I went to bed at 2 in the morning last night, and I was up at 6:30 this morning. We were on the road by quarter to 8 this morning, and then we went from Boston down to Binghamton, and I had left my truck in long-term parking at the airport in Binghamton, and so Eric and John continued on their way, and then I headed back here from Binghamton. So that was another 2-hour ride. So like it's been a very, very, very long day. And so I got back here and I stopped. Heather was working, so I stopped into work and said hi to her real quick. And then I had to go and pick her back up when she was done with work. But Jen Boyles, no way I'll pay $50 for a T-shirt. Sorry. Yeah, well that's so the T-shirts. T-shirts were 50. They had jerseys like the 50 on the back, like the number for a Boston player type of thing, in the Boston red colors, and they had Aerosmith on the front. Those were 100. Yeah. So yeah, it was. But like I said, to me, it's like it's that once in a lifetime type of experience. It was an awesome thing to see. I mean, Steven Tyler is 74. I thought he was 76, but he's 74. 74, he's getting a lot around great for 74. Just fantastic. So, all right. So enough just talking about the concert and the trip. Like I said, um, how tight was the security getting into Fenway? Okay, so I'll tell you about that real quick. So I left my knife and my lighter back in the hotel room because I know better, right? I'm not stupid. So you go through the metal detectors, and you go through the metal detector, and I wear steel toe boots. I always wear steel toe boots. So of course I set the metal alarm off. And the guy says, "Well, could you go back through, take everything out of your pockets, and come through?" And of course it went off again. And I told him, I said, "It's my steel toe boots." So then they had to run the wand over me, and he patted me down around my ankles, make sure I didn't have like a gun or something or a knife in my boot. And then he's like, "All right, you're all set." And I'm like, "Okay." I mean, I just know better. You know what I mean? I'm not stupid. Hello, young lady. So, and this one was very happy that I was home. I will tell you that she was, and I missed her too. I'm not gonna lie. I hate to admit it. I have become very, very attached to this dog, and she's like an extension of me. So it feels weird when she's not around. But yeah, so the security was very, very tight. Everybody was getting checked out, and that was even before you got to where you scanned your ticket. And then you got to where you scanned your ticket, and then you were in, and then it was like just it was really cool. I mean, nobody. And here's the thing: is nobody was acting like a jerk. Um, you know, no, I do not believe that Miss Hella is pregnant. If she was, her due date would be next week, and so no, I don't believe she's ended up pregnant. No, I don't think so. So maybe next time. Maybe next time. So, just wasn't meant to be that first time. And hopefully, her and her boyfriend can get together again down there. And he comes to visit. He comes to visit. So, but anyway, so it was a fantastic time. I had a great, great time. It was nice to get away. And it's weird too because, like, in my head, the whole time we're away, I'm thinking, I got to get back to West Virginia and get some work done. But it was, like I said, it was really, really cool to be away. I'll be heading back to West Virginia fairly soon, and when I get back down there, it's time to get back to work. There's things to do, and so we'll see how it all pans out. It'll pan out. It always does. Adam on Marfugal TV gave you a shout out last night. Oh, that's cool. Very cool. Thank you. Tell him I appreciate that. I give him a shout out every time. So every live stream, he gets a shout out. But yeah, it was really, like I said, it was just so much fun. All right, how are the ladies holding up at the homestead? They're awesome. No issues whatsoever. A couple little things. Trying to do some teaching with them on things that's important, because the reality is, guys, when we get into January, February, I may not be coming back to New York those months. It's going to be weather's going to suck. I'm not traveling if there's chances of real huge storms and it's a long ride. And um, I thought you'd like to know you got one back. Oh well, no, I appreciate that. No, that's awesome. I'm glad that he gave me a shout out. That's very nice of him. No, that's awesome. No, Adam and Dax are awesome. They're good people. So So, but anyway, so we're going to talk about the railroad strike. I know we're 15 minutes into this. We haven't even talked. I knew we were going to talk about this first, which is fine. Like I said, it was a great time, great company. It was just, it was awesome. Lots of ice storms in West Virginia. Don't want to slide off a cliff. No, well, and the thing is, if the weather's really bad down there, I'm not going to come back to New York. That's the whole point of that. The winters are not as bad in West Virginia, but if we're having some bad weather, yes, Becky and Heather will have. They will have, my sister's boyfriend. He'll be around, so he'll be able to help them out. Actually, I was showing. They were here today, and I was showing them some stuff today that needs to be taken care of. Needs to be taken care of. So, it's just, I just know it because I've been doing it for so long. So it's not things that I think about, but it's reminding them that these things you got to prioritize. As simple as, I'll give you an example. Okay, we're going to get into talking about the railroad thing in just a little bit here. I promise you. So I come home and I started the generator. It runs for a few minutes and it shuts off. And I'm like, that's weird. Fire it up again, runs fine, no problem. So the next day, I go to start it again. It starts, runs for like a couple minutes and shuts off again. I'm like, and then it wouldn't start. I couldn't get it started again. Well, something's up here. Something's going on. So I started thinking about it and I was like, okay, I'll bet that nobody's checked the oil in that generator at all. I'll bet they haven't checked the oil. So it was in the middle of the night. It was raining because we were in that midst of 3, 4 days of straight rain. And so I went out there. I said, I'm not gonna empty out the old oil. I'm just gonna add oil. So when I took the cap off for the oil cap, no oil came out anyway. And I'm like, oh, that's not good. So I put the funnel in, and I start pouring oil in there, and it took the whole jar or can of oil, which tells me that you know it had run dry. They basically had run it, and I guess it must be a fail safe with the generator that it won't run, which is great. So then I let it sit, and then like about 4 hours later, I went out and fired up, bam, no problem, and it was fine after that. So that's the discussion I had today with Rick, and I said, listen. He goes, well, how often should I change that oil? I said, well, obviously it depends on how much you use it. They say 30 hours, every 30 hours on that generator. You can go longer than 30 hours. So I told him, I said, you know, once a month. You change that oil once a month, you're going to be fine. And I said, I've shown him how I did it, how I do it. So, but, but like I said, you can't be mad at people that don't know. I mean, so I wasn't mad at anybody or anything like that. It was nothing, like that at all. Did anybody recognize you? No, I didn't have anybody come up and recognize me in Boston. No, no. But my lawnmower has a low oil switch on it. Won't run if it gets too low. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. But anyway, to me, it's like I wasn't going to get mad at them because they don't know. Well, now they know. So if it happened again, then I got a right to be upset. But I just they got to learn. Oil is cheap, a new generator is not. Yeah, you're right about that, Asif. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Did I see Richie from Boston? I don't even think he's in Boston anymore, to be honest with you. And no, I did not see Richie from Boston, but I don't think he's even there anymore. The last I mean, I haven't seen his channel in forever. I don't even know if he still has his channel around, to be honest with you. Um, but he was traveling a lot the last I knew. So I have no idea. I don't watch his channel, so I really couldn't tell you what he's up to be honest with you. But is he even on YouTube anymore, or did he go over to one of the alternative sites? Like I said, I have no idea. In the military, we had to check the oil levels every day before we use the equipment. Oh, yeah, they have a whole checklist of stuff. He's on Rumble. Okay. Did they mention the passing of the Queen Elizabeth during? No, not at all. No, they didn't talk about that at all. Yeah, 96, 70 years. You know, got to take your hat off to her. I mean, that's one heck of a run. That is one heck of a run. And her husband, what he just died, was it last year? I think he died last year, if I'm not mistaken, or it was within the last 2 years, I believe, something like that. And they were, yeah, she's the longest of any of the monarchs. Yep. And it's funny when you have a marriage that long, okay, 18 months ago. Okay, thank you. Um, when you have a marriage that long, it ends up that with inside of usually it's like a year. With inside of a year, the one passes, the other one will pass within. Look at John and June Cash. June died first. 4 months later, Johnny died. You know what I mean? So that's. I respect no monarch. You don't have to respect anybody. She was a class act. That you can't. You know what? You may not like the monarchy and stuff like that, um, but she was a class act, and that's what I'm going to say about that. I thought she was absolutely a class act. She was well respected. She wasn't an a-hole in any way, shape, or form. So and she was with her husband. They were married like 70 years, I think, right? Something like that. Boy, if you knew all what I know about the royals, would make your skin crawl. They were married 74 years. See, I don't get into all that stuff. I don't, you know what I mean? It's not something that I really pay attention to. To be honest with you. Okay, let me ask you this. So the person that said, if you knew what I know about the royals, make your skin crawl. You show me one family without skeletons in the closet, and you can talk all you want. Show me one family that doesn't have some kind of trauma, uh, druggies, incest, criminals in that family. You show me one, and then you have room to talk. Realistically, that's just me being realistic. Everybody in every family, there's stuff that people have done that is, you don't want everybody else to know. So, yep, there's no one without sin, no one, not one. You're right. And that's just, you know, we all have choices, realistically. When you are in the public eye, when you are in the public eye, it is, everything is exacerbated, everything. So, but did you know that her husband talked about exterminating 8% of the Earth's population? Like I said, I don't. I'm what I'm telling you guys. I don't know a whole lot about them. I am not in the UK. They are not my monarchs. I just knew that she had been there for a long, long time. I remember when he died. Then that's and now she's gone, and now Charles is in charge. It's a show, right? Sorry, but no, it's just you know, yeah, let it go and move on. Yeah, exactly. I know everybody. Hey, listen, everybody's got an opinion, right? Everybody's got an opinion, which that's okay. That's fine. So, all right. Mr. Rogers was a mental single man who talked to puppets and changed sweaters to be inside. Hey, and he changed from his shoes to his or sneakers to his shoes too. Remember that. Never forget that. Come in, take off his shoes, and put his sneakers on. Uh, it's so awesome. So what is that old saying? He who is without sin can cast the first stone. Those who live in glass houses should not throw stones. I don't know. There we go. So yeah, it was his inside shoes, of course. Uh, I'm gonna tell you what. If you guys can find something wrong with Mr. Rogers was like the most genuine person that you could possibly ever imagine. And he did so much for kids, you know, in a positive way. So I grew up watching Mr. Rogers when my kids were little. Um, I turned it on and he was still on. Yeah, Captain Kangaroo, same thing, guys. I mean, just wholesome. That was called wholesome entertainment back in the day, you know. But anyway, no, Mr. Rogers was not a sniper. Actually, who was? So you'll like this one. Just information, just for fun. Okay, the painting guy, Happy Trees, Bob Ross. Bob Ross was a drill instructor in the Air Force, and he didn't like yelling at people, and so he left and he started doing the show, and became a painter. And Heather loves Bob Ross. She used to wear when she was in high school. She had her Bob Ross T-shirt. So, um, and he was another guy that was a genuine individual. So, but anyway, that's just Steve Irwin. Yes, he was another one that was just. There are decent people out there. Of course, you can ask 100 people, and there's going to be a few of them that are going to hate him. Look at me. I'm awesome. I'm a wonderful human being, but yet I still have to deal with hate.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey now, me and Mr. Rogers were pals, right? No, I'm just being a goof, guys. I'm just being a goof. You gonna come over and say hi?
Yeah, I'm not sure how to do my teeth.
Okay. Right. How could anybody hate me? Exactly. But they do. And
Hello.
there's Miss Heather.
I still got my work face on.
That's right. I'm a troll magnet. Yeah, that's for sure. Yep.
Oh, no, Stella? That's right. I should go get Stella, shouldn't I? I
Yeah.
do have Max.
Now Max is sleeping. Let Max alone.
Alright, let me go get Stella real quick.
All right.
They deserve a Stella sighting. They've not gotten one.
No, they have not got a Stella sighting. All right. And we actually will, after Heather comes back, and we're going to get into the strike. I promise. I mean, we're only half an hour into the stream and haven't talked about the topic at all, right? Like, that's something new. I'd vote for Heather. And I don't vote, so how about that, right? But I would register as an independent. That's what I would do. I'll be honest with you. Hold on a second. She's going to grab the cat. Oh, she's got her now.
If you want to hold her, because
All right.
as you can see, she shows up very well.
Well, mine's kind of
Yours is blue.
bluish.
Alright.
All right.
I
Oh,
woke her up from a nap.
oh, see, she's not happy. You're not a happy girl. Look at how sweet. She's just so lovely.
She's so cute. She's very sweet and loving with me because I'm her person.
Okay, relax. You're
She's
fine.
like, why did you give me him?
Oh no, she got it. Can I have that back? Thank you. Thank you. But anyway, there's Miss Stella. She's like, all right, I'm ready to go.
I'll take her back. No, but yeah, I know.
She's so tiny, but our other girl's tinier.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Miss Fluffball.
They're small. I think they're honestly about the same size.
I don't know. I think
Like when I'm looking at them, they both look about the same size.
they're both tiny.
Baby, people are saying you look beautiful. She is beautiful.
I don't look like I was petting myself yet. Well, she's so dark.
You can kind of see her eyes a little bit when she opens them.
Did you see Pinball's? video from earlier to talking about Illinois getting criminals out of jail starting next year. I'm going to tell you what, neighbor Bob, I did see starting the 1st of January what they will no longer jail people for. And so I will give you my opinion on that, okay? It is, in my opinion, that they are wanting to start a civil war because they're just letting the criminals with a revolving door. They're like, you could be domestic violence and they're not going to lock these people up. They're just going to put them back on the street. Um, second degree murder. Second degree murder. Oh, nope, you don't have to go to jail. Off you go. Have a nice day. It's insanity. Arson. Arson was another one on that list. I saw the list and I was just like, you got to be kidding me that they're not going to terroristic threats make you can. So now you can threaten somebody, do terroristic threats. You will not be locked up in the state of Illinois. It's just,
Someone said the cat jumped like a torpedo.
oh, she took when she jumped off. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll do it like this now, guys, so you get a good look at her.
She's cleaning herself.
There she's over there giving herself a clean in.
Hi, baby.
And there's Mr. Max. And those things against the wall, those are broomsticks. All right, those are nothing to be concerned about. They're not. There's not nothing there. So, but it's with this revolving door. They're doing it. They've already been doing it in New York. Okay.
Someone asked me a question.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Said, Heather, are you getting regulars that come visit you? I have been. Yeah. I'm getting to the point where some people, I'm like, oh, do you want this? And they're like, yep, exactly. So a lot of people come in consistently, like every single day of the week or whatever day of the week that they want to come on. So it's fun. I love my job.
But yeah, with all these different things, and I saw that like what Illinois is doing, and it's basically almost realistically the same exact thing that New York is doing. It is insane. It's just insane when they and the cops are fighting with somebody to get them in the car, and they're fighting all the whole way, and it's just like, and they're not mentally stable, some of these folks. So it's craziness. And again, so let's talk who gets hurt with this, right? Who gets hurt with this? The victims. Because if you are a victim of domestic violence and they're not locking up your perpetrator, they can get out and come right back and put another butt whipping on you. It makes no sense to me. It makes absolutely no sense. Um, they've had people that they've let out on these bonds without or with no bond, let them out on the street, and there was already an incident where one of them got out and killed somebody else. So it's insanity. It's absolute insanity.
So somebody asked, where do I work? And I'm just working at a local bar in my town.
Yeah,
It's
don't
also
say
an
what.
eatery.
Yeah, don't say what bar.
Obviously. I'm just saying that it does food and the bar, so that's kind of more like a waitress. And someone said, do bands come where I play? No, they do not. Like Next Door sometimes has them, but they are doing a Rock the Block at some point where they're going to have like a band out in the street. So that'll be interesting.
Okay, so official AW Army. Good comment. Yeah, and they say, how could this happen? Here's this is what I want you guys to understand. Now, as you know, I am not Republican. I'm not Democrat. I think they're both snakes in the grass. Um, the politicians are in the pockets, in my opinion, of big business. That's who runs this country. I've been saying that for a long, long time. But here's the problem that I have. You look at cesspools, New York City, Chicago, Minneapolis, Minnesota, Baltimore, Washington, D.C., okay? And that's just a few that I'm naming, okay? Who runs those cities? Who runs those cities? The Democrats run those cities. So year after year after year, the morons who live there continue to vote for people that do nothing to help the people. Philadelphia, yes, okay, yep, I forgot. Well, there's a whole bunch that we could name, guys. I mean, I'm sure there's a laundry list. L.A., San Francisco. I mean, we can go on and on and on. Portland, Oregon. All right. Seattle, Washington. Can we go on? Right. So
Okay, well,
we're going to get into the railroads in a
all
minute.
right, I'm gonna jump off then because you're.
All right. I know. I'm sorry. All right.
You're
I
on a
love you.
tangent. I love you too.
All right. So you have these cities run their cesspools, and they're all Democrat-run cities, right? I mean, this is not a surprise. Detroit, yep, okay. Yeah, we jumped the rails, but we're gonna get. I will talk about the topic. I do promise you. And nothing changes, and people continue over and over and over to vote these same people, these same types of people into office, and expecting different results. That's insanity. I'm sorry, but that's insanity. You know. So, but just my opinion. But I mean, the numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie. Okay. And it's this, guys, and I'm going to tell you right now, it's not a black and a white thing. It has nothing to do with any of those type of things. It is a mindset and what they allow to happen. What was allowed to happen in Seattle with them taking over a 10 block area for as long as they did, right? That should never be allowed. That should never be allowed. What happened in Portland, night after night after night, month after month after month, that should never have been allowed. And then when the government says, hey, we'll send in people and we'll squash this crap, what did those lunatic liberal Democrats say? No, 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 we don't want their help, right? And then the police were told to stand down and not do nothing. And then they wonder why. Then they wonder why the police are quitting in droves. In droves. All right. So we got to get on topic. So I apologize. Kathy Griffin yelling about Civil War during an interview if you don't vote Democrat. Yeah, they're all insane. They're insane. First of all, anything that comes out of the Hollywood elitist, if you will, they're out of touch with reality anyway. Okay? They're all out of touch with reality. And again, and I have said this, and I'm going to say it over and over and over and over and over again, Democrat, Republican, two wings of the same bird, two sides of the same coin. All right. So if we put these people in, it's going to be better. It never is. It never is. So every 4 years, we're going to save the day. Everything's going to be wonderful. Doesn't happen. Doesn't happen. So what do you do? Right? We got to get big business and their special interest groups out of Washington. That would be a nice start. We need to have term limits for these scumbag politicians that have been in there for 30, 40, 50 years and do nothing. We need to get rid of them. So, all right, let's talk about the strike and the trains. So, the workers have decided, holy crap, he's 38 minutes in. He's actually talking about the topic. Yes, I am. The workers have said, we're striking 15th of September. All right. And so I know some of you are going to say, well, this judge can say, no, you can't strike. And they've already done that. And these workers have worked for 2 years without a contract. We all have a breaking point. When you have management, and some of you guys in here have told me, I've got some private emails as well, talking about how management runs around looking for reasons to fire and get rid of people. That's not an environment that I would want to work in anyway. Being on call all the time, being forced to, do all these different things. They can't replace these rail workers if they all quit or if they all go on strike. They can't replace them. It will shut down the country realistically. Okay. They will have to come to the negotiation table at that point. There is no choice. Um, Management has got it freaking made. The big railroad business. Wow, what a shock! In the government, their hand is in the government pocket, right? And so the government tells these guys, nope, you can't strike. What are you going to do if they say, screw you, I'm striking anyway, right? Think about that. Think about that. If they say, okay, we're done. We've gone as long as we can go. We're not dealing with this anymore. Things have got to change. And when management won't come to the table for those changes and help the workers, then they got to do something. And if they go on a strike and they say, screw you, then they have to. Because I'll tell you what, if they do go on strike, and I'm not saying that they're going to, and I'm not saying that they're not going to, we're going to be in guys, we're already in big trouble in this country. With everything that is going on, all these policies that are being implemented, with everything else, you throw a strike on that, on top of it, bad. Somebody on here said it would be $2 billion a day. Yeah, Big German prepared. Uh, just see the railroad striking is this kind will cost the railroads in the country $2 billion a day, and that's going to hurt. Yeah, 96% voted for the strike. Yep, Janet just said that. And you know what? I don't blame them. I don't blame them. Give them a new contract. They've had 2 years, and so management, you guys, I'm gonna tell you what. Like I said, and I've talked about this a lot, and it doesn't matter. Um, can we blame Biden? I don't think you can blame Biden on this one. I really can't. You know, you can't blame Biden. This has been going on actually. Um, who you blame? You blame the railroads. You blame the railroads. Okay. Um, this is not a politician's fault. This is the railroads' fault. If the railroads had gone to the workers in good faith and said, let's negotiate a reasonable contract that's fair to everybody. I will tell you what, this is what drives me crazy. Drives me crazy. Any business, doesn't have to be the railroads, any business out there, I don't care what it is. If you take care of your workers, I know this is a weird concept. If you take care of your workers, you give them a decent living, you give them proper incentives that if we reach this level of efficiency, here's your bonus. No questions asked. You reach this level of efficiency, here's your bonus, right? Take care of them, you make your workers happy, everybody's happy. The big businesses still make money. Maybe they don't make as much as they would otherwise by screwing their workers and having everybody not happy going to work every day. I would rather not be making as much profit, but if my workers were happy and we all got along and we worked together, it's so simple, but they won't do it. They won't do it. And they've had 2 years. The railroad companies have had 2 years. These workers have worked. Yeah, greed. Exactly. It always comes down to greed. But why would you not take care of your workers? It blows me away. Yeah, if you take awesome, good point. If you take care of the workers, they will take care of you. Exactly. If you give people a reason, an incentive to go to work every day. They're making a decent living. They have decent benefits. They can take care of their families, right? They're not getting hammered with overtime all the time because you have enough people working that you can, be able to cover those type of things. But they don't care. And guys, I'm telling you right now, that's across the board. It's across the board. It's not just the railroads. Uh, nursing, nursing. I'm going to tell you what, the last place that I worked, I'm going to give you a great example of this, okay? The last place that I worked, we had a CNA that had worked in that facility for 15 years. And I've been in nursing for a very, very long time. And this girl, woman, I would say was in the top 3 of CNAs that I've ever worked with. She knew her crap and she took care of her stuff and she cared about her patients and she was a fantastic CNA and she had been with this company for 15 years. She went and got an interview with the state, and the state to start was going to give her $2 an hour more. She went to management and said, I want to stay here. If you match what they're going to give me, I will stay. And you know what they did? They let her walk. And I went to the management and I said, "Are you people insane? This is your best CNA that you have in this facility. And because you don't want to give her a $2 an hour raise and she's been here for 15 years, you can't keep anybody anyway." I don't get that thinking. I don't understand it. I really, really don't understand it. Because if you take care of your workers, I'm telling you right now, you're going to get loyal people. You're going to get people that come in and stay and never leave because they love going to work every day. They love going to work. They love being able to take care of their patients or whatever the job is. Keep your workers happy. It's that simple. And you don't have to bend over and proselytize yourself and kiss anybody's behind. Just take care of people. Why is it? And I've known people that were regular workers that got into management, hated what was expected of them, and quit, got out of it. They said, "I don't want to treat people like that. I don't want to be that person." And then you have people that get that little smidgen of power, and it goes to their head and they lose their freaking mind. I've seen that happen too. Okay. Treat people with respect, treat them with dignity, give them an incentive, give them a reason to want to come to work every day. Yes, it's egg count time. I know. But this drives me, it drives me absolutely out of my mind. It, you will cut off your nose to spite your face. It makes absolutely no sense to me. It makes no sense to me. Look at Jen is going to breathe. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. All right. Yeah, it drives me crazy that they could care less, and that's what we're seeing. And so the workers, and we're gonna get into this in just a second. I'm gonna do the egg count in just a second. The workers need to put their foot down, and they need to say enough is enough. And I believe UPS is the workers for UPS are also talking about striking. If somebody can confirm that, I would appreciate that. I believe it was UPS. It was also talking about striking, but that you get their attention then when you reach into their pocketbook. That's when you're going to get their attention, and that's what they need to do. And I absolutely wholeheartedly support them striking. If it cost, if it cost the country money, if it cost us not getting the supplies that we need, then I'm absolutely okay with that. If they can get a good settlement, we're at 428. We got 195 thumbs up, guys. If you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I'm going to ask you to please do so to show support for the channel, and thank you ahead of time. It also really makes a big difference with the algorithms, so I thank you for that reason as well. You guys are. I'm not counting any of these guesses yet because I haven't said it yet. I haven't said it yet. So I'm not even paying attention. I'll be looking in a second, but not yet. Um, Again, if you are not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon as well. You guys can go ahead and put guesses up all day, but until I say, which is now, what are your guesses for the egg count and yes or no for thick neck? See, it's a control. I'm a control freak. That's what it is. You guys you jump in the gun. You jump in the gun. You got to relax. We'll give you guys a minute to get your guesses up there. Too funny. All right. If you had the same exact guess, and I'm not gonna give it double, but Timothy Lorette had it first, and then 80K Man just came through, and he has the right answer as well. We had 4 eggs today and no thick neck. I guess yesterday they collected 8 eggs yesterday, and thick neck did lay yesterday. So, but today was only 4 eggs and no thick neck today. She took the day off. So, but so Timothy Lorette gets the win with an assist. We'll give an assist to 80K Man. So there we are. Malachi Scorner said, "LOL, I got 4 today too." It happens. It's one of those kind of things. So congratulations, Timothy. You've won absolutely nothing. Yeah, lazy girls. Yeah, today was a nice day too. Today was a real nice day. Not too cold, but what are you gonna do? I think it was like 81. I think we got up to 81 today. But anyhow, so there we are. Happy. I was on a roll here, guys. I got my soapbox out. I set it down. I was standing on it. It's going crazy. I honestly, I don't know. And somebody made actually a very good point. It's greed. They're a bunch of greedy, low life snakes, and they don't care about you. I see when I go, because I've worked a lot of different places. You know, when I would go into these nursing homes, I would like tell staff, I would tell them all the time, listen, if you think management gives a crap about you, they don't. They don't care about you. And so maybe they don't like that part of me saying it either. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a real big butt smoocher. It's just not in my nature. It is not. Can't stand it. Won't do it. I always looked at it this way. There's another job out there. There always was. Especially, I'll be honest with you guys, especially in nursing, there's always other work out there. The most satisfaction that I have had in nursing was home care, because you can do one-on-one with your patients. You can give them that time that you need. I worked dialysis for a while too. That was okay, because you really do make a difference with people with that type of thing as well. You're really helping people out. But FedEx, UPS, railroad. What's next? Truckers. Yeah. Well, wouldn't shock me. Wouldn't shock me. RV source. And the thing is, if the railroad shut down, they can't replace them. They can't. There's nothing that they're going to be able to do to replace them. You don't get to. How are you going to train them? You think management's going to train them? Yeah. Good luck with that one. They don't know their A from a hole in the ground, to be honest with you. So, but yeah, home care was probably the most satisfying thing for me. Very most satisfying thing, because you're able to give the people the kind of care not only that you should give them, but that they deserve to have. I want you guys to think about something, and this is just point of reference, okay? And I'm going to use nursing because I've been in nursing for so many years. If you were paying, let's say, we're going to call it $200 a day for your loved one to be in that nursing home. And so insurance is covering part of it. Maybe you got to cover part of it, but it's $200 a day to be in that nursing home, right? What you should be paying for is proper staffing, but that never happens in nursing. So they have staffing minimums, right? So if you're supposedly normally would have I'll give it evening shift, 2 nurses, 5 CNAs on an evening shift. One nurse takes half the unit, the other nurse takes the other half of the unit. So each nurse is basically, if it's a 48-bed unit, you have 24 people that you're giving meds to, you're doing treatments. If somebody has any kind of an emergency happen, you have to deal with that. If you're discharging somebody out to the hospital, somebody has a fall, 10 tons of paperwork. It's insanity. Now, you have 2 CNAs don't come to work. Well, the staffing minimum says that they can work with 3 CNAs. And I've been in this situation, so this is what I'm going to explain to you. So I had this evening shift that I had worked, and they did not like me because of this, okay? Evening shift, I had 3 CNAs. I had 2 very strong CNAs, and I had 1 CNA who was as worthless as tits on a bull. Ever hear that saying? Okay. She was worthless. Worthless. Unless you held her by the hand and guided her around, she might as well have not even been there. Okay. So my two CNAs are busy putting all the Hoyers into bed. Well, I'm just 200 a day is the low end. I know, JJ. I was making up a number. Okay. So you have you had to have two people put somebody that was a Hoyer into bed. So if you are somebody larger and they're getting to be more and more larger folks out there, people, okay, they got to go into bed first. We had a lady that wanted to go to bed that normally went to bed right after dinner. They're older, they like the routine, and she wanted to go to bed. So, the girls had gone in there and said, well, Mrs. So and so, we'll be with you as soon as we can. We're short staffed, and, we're trying to get everybody in, and we'll get to you shortly. Well, she didn't want to wait. So she got up and she went to go to bed, and she fell and she ended up shattering her elbow. Okay. Shattered her elbow. And so you stop everything. Uh, the ambulance is called. She gets shipped out to the hospital. I'm making my nursing note. Okay. So in my nursing note, which is when you make a nursing note, it is in the permanent record. Can't deviate it, can't erase it, can't change it. It is what it is. So in my nursing note, I wrote, because of being short staffed, is a direct result of why this woman fell and shattered her elbow. Oh, yeah. And just so you guys know, they couldn't fix her elbow. It was destroyed because she was old, brittle bones, the whole 9 yards. So she was toast on that. So I don't know how long she actually lasted after that because I quit that place. I got out of there. They were pissed at me because I put that in there. Well, we were at staffing minimums. I said, I'm going to tell you what, and this is what I say. See, because I say it like it is. Say it like it is, and that's why they don't like me. I said to the management, I want you guys, 3 of you, to come in here and work an evening shift, and you tell me if you got enough people to take care of these folks. And you tell me what the staffing minimum should be, not what they're saying it could be. There was not enough staff on there. And because of a direct result of that, that's why that woman fell. And I would not change my nursing note. Because they asked me, well, would you change that? I'm like, no, I'm not changing it. Because in my opinion, that's why that happened. And I'm going to tell you what, that one example that I just gave you is not an anomaly. It's not a thing that happens occasionally. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. And I will tell you this too. If something happens to a patient on your shift, and I'm the charge nurse on that floor, all right, and say a patient dies because of whatever reason, they're going to throw you under that bus faster than fast because they don't care. They don't care. So why should I care? And so that place that I was working at, what they expected, and I want you to think about this a second. So some of you out there that are my nurses that know what I'm talking about, this particular facility, and I worked there for 3 weeks, just so you know, and I was done. I was out of there. If the other nurse did not show up on the evening shift, they expected you to take the whole floor. One nurse to pass meds, do treatments on 48 residents. It's impossible. I mean, you can do it, but you're cutting corners, and these people are not getting the kind of care that they deserve. Okay, that's a fact. Now, with that type of thing happening, you are risking your nursing license. So when they got to the point where the other nurse did not come in, and they told me, so here's where the catch is, okay? Just so you know, so because I'm not a stupid individual. I came in, counted my meds for my half, signed off with that nurse, and then they let me know the other nurse is not coming in. So then they were like, well, you have to go and you have to count with the other nurse and for the other. And I said, no, not doing it. I said, I am not doing the whole floor by myself. I said, it's unsafe. It's unsafe for the residents, and I will not do it. So I had the nurse manager come to me. She goes, you will take the whole floor. I said, no, I won't. And she goes, well, then I want your 2-week notice. And I looked at the nurse manager and I said, honey, I go, you want to play that game? You and I will go and I will count right now and I'll walk out the door right now. Oh, her tune changed then. Well, no, we don't want that. So they got the supervisor for the evening shift, and they had him take the other side. And they asked me, when you're finished with your side, would you go over and help him? And I said, I have no problem doing that. I said, but I am not doing this whole floor by myself. I said, it ain't going to happen. And so I had made my decision at that point, because if I had left, let's say I had just said, screw this place, I'm out of here, it's called abandonment. You can't do it. Okay. You can't abandon the place. But because I didn't sign for those other side, I'm not responsible for the other side. I worked that night, and I told my CNAs that night I was singing the Johnny Paycheck song. All right. Take this job and shove it, because I ain't working here no more. That was my last night, and I never went back. Never went back. So yeah, it's abandonment if you count and take report. Exactly, Lady Kickboxer. So if I had walked, they could really screw you. So I finished my shift. I took care of my side. I actually went over and I helped the supervisor on the other side, because lo and behold, the supervisor sure couldn't keep up. I couldn't believe it. What a shock, right? It's insanity what some of these nursing homes that they say is okay. And guess what? It's not like you get paid more. They're not going to pay you more because the other nurse didn't show up. You're just still going to get your rate of pay. But now your nursing license is dangling there. And, it's just, no, wasn't doing it. So just information to share with you guys, just so you know. But this is how it goes. So my point is this, and going back to the nursing, or not, the railroad strike. Unless the people say, screw you, we've had enough. And I don't care what your court injunction says, and I don't care that you say that we can't strike, we're striking, right? Then something will happen, because $2 billion a day, somebody said, $2 billion a day of no freight moving, things not happening. We'll see how quickly they come to the table and get a contract in place. You will be amazed. Um, at my hospital, all managers are required to work on the floor on a regular basis. That's absolutely awesome, Asif. That would be, in my opinion, the exception rather than a rule. And tell me I'm not wrong when I'm saying that, because I'm going to tell you what, very few in my nursing career, very few nurse managers, and I can only think of one. I can think of one that actually got out there, rolled their sleeves up, and helped. One. That's all I can think of in all my years of nursing. So, but that's awesome, though, that the place where you work makes them do that. I was a charge nurse often in my last hospital. I never gave the hard patients to anyone but me. Well, I'm going to tell you what. I worked on an we had a unit. I was on the third floor, and half the unit was Alzheimer dementia, and the other half was long-term care. And most of the time, we had agency in there. And I would always give the agency the long-term care because they were easier, and I always took the dementia units because the patients, because they were harder. And I was the charge nurse on evenings, so on my unit. So I always took the harder side. And that was me trying not to screw somebody else. But that's all part of it. All right, and I know we're behind still. It happens. I'm actually rolling pretty good tonight. I'm surprised, to be honest with you, because I'm really really tired. But you guys made me bring out my made me bring out that soapbox. Don't get like I said, but it's realistically, it's disheartening, and it's sad, and it shouldn't be this way. It shouldn't be this way. We should management, the workers, everybody should be working together for the betterment of the company. I don't care what company it is. I don't care if you make labels and tags. I don't care if you were working for the broom company. Have pride. Have pride. Have a job that you can go to work every day and say, yeah, well, guess what? I work for this company. It's an awesome company, and they take care of us. Well, what do you do? Well, I make brooms. Well, that's not really an important job. Yeah, but you know what? I'm treated with respect, and I do a great job, and they appreciate me. That's all anybody wants. You know what? Here's the weirdest thing, and we're gonna do shout outs in just a second. Here's the weirdest thing. You would be surprised, and probably a lot of you watching this probably wouldn't be surprised on this, but a lot of times, all people want to hear is an attaboy. That's all they want. I appreciate you. Thank you. You did a fantastic job. Thank you so much. How hard is that? How hard is that? What do you think? That's Mr. Buddy. Hold on, guys. Oh, come on. Buddy, come on. Oh. Tricked you. All right, I'll let you out in just a second. Watch out, Helen. Oh. All right. I will share with Mr. Buddy with you. You can actually see him. He's not all black. He's a good boy. So I'm going to let him out in just a second, but I thought I would bring him over so you guys can see him. I know you're a good boy, though. You want to go out, don't you? Mm-hmm. He's such a big cat. I'm going to show you. Just give you an idea. Hey. All right, come on. Stop. Well, then stop. Get your foot off there. All right. All right. Max is over in a corner going, what's going on? He's a big boy. Buddy's a big boy, though. All right. Oh, yeah, I'm a professional doorman for my cats. All right, let's do some shout-outs, guys. All right. We're going to start out with Icky Can up in Canada. Really, really good guy. I definitely would ask you to go and support him. Also, we have Sean James up in Canada with the Sean James channel and Myself for Lions. Two really good channels. I think we should be supporting them as well. We have 80K Man up in the Adirondacks. We also have Bizariza Jizza. JJ just threw his link up there. He does the Carrington Chronicles, another really good series. You have Angry Prepper down in New York City. Jason is awesome. I would absolutely recommend you go check out his channel. You have Marfugal News with Adam and Dax out on the West Coast. They are absolutely awesome. You have Alaska Prepper with Rudy. And then you also have Alaska Granny. A couple of really good channels as well. You have, hold on a second. You have Bush Radical and Girl in the Woods, husband and wife team. They're awesome. Definitely go show them some support. You have Kyle's Cabin up in Minnesota, really, really good as well. You have Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project. Love Diamond. I think you really should support his channel. Doug and Stacy is another really good one. You have Southern Prepper 1. There is Green Greg's. You have Wrangle Star. Ryan Hall, y'all with the weather. Gotta love Ryan Hall, y'all. You have BP Earthwatch. There is Bjorn Hansen and Corporal's Corner. Steve Wallace with Camping with Steve. And we know he's on a break right now for a very good reason. Malachi's Corner. You also have, let's see, Bush Radical, who is back in the Canary Islands in La Palma. The Economic Ninja. You have Monkey Works. There is the Needy Homesteader. And you have, God, I'm going to blank here. The Green Dream Project. The Uneducated Economist. You have the Nomadic Movement down in Panama. Nice young couple there. Lumina Acres. Russell Brand. Love Russell Brand. Some of you may not, but that's okay because I do, and it's my channel, and I'm going to give him a shout out. Simple. A lot of good channels out there, a lot of good information. We should be supporting each other, I think. I think it's a good thing. And, if there's a lot of different viewpoints. Mary Greeley News is another one. I like what she does. You have Joe with St. Bernard Acres. There is the Fit Farmer. You have Little House Off Gritty. I like them as well. They're a younger couple. I'm trying to think, who am I missing? Oh gosh. But anyway, there is a lot of good channels out there. I really do think we should be all supporting each other. When I get back down, I have my list, so I'll be back on my list, and we'll be back on track. Pinball preparedness, yes, can't forget pinball. Simple Life Reclaimed is another really good channel. But there's a lot of good information out there. We should all be supporting each other, and I think that we should try to do so. We also have Heather's Etsy channel. Deep South Homestead, yes, is another one as well. I want to JJ, would you throw Heather's Etsy channel up there? Red Poppy Ranch is another really good channel. So there's a lot of great information out there. Townsend's is another one. Uh, Look at different things, share information. I think that that is a good thing to do, you know. And if you like their stuff, great. If you don't, then just don't watch their channel. It's as simple as that. Simple as that. So, but that's all I got. That's all I can think of right now. And but love to you and the mods. Thank you. Well, thank you, Pet Prep Radio Show. I appreciate that. And JG just threw Heather's link up for her Etsy account. She makes jewelry. She also does crocheting. So go check out what she has there. And if you would like to support her, that would be great. So, but yeah, like Marfugal News, Adam and Dax. I've been on his show a few times, and I like them. They're good guys. I was at Pinball's get together last year. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. And he's a really good guy, very down to earth. And I've talked with so many. Oh, Magic Prepper is another one, North Dakota. But I've talked to a lot of these guys. Jason, love Jason. Jason's been down, Angry Prepper, down to my property in West Virginia. He will actually be there next weekend as well. So I got to actually just touch base with him and make sure we're still on for that. But as far as I know, he was planning on coming down next weekend for my get together with my members. So that should be fun. But anyway, so like I said, again, I really do believe we should all be supporting each other. So let's jump from that right into we are Legion because we are many. We're all over the country. We're all over the world. We're a huge network of people. We are the ones that can make a difference. So where is everybody from tonight? We have Franklin County, Ohio. We have Philip from Melbourne, Australia. Good day, Philip. We have Sonia from Fort Worth, Texas, Waterloo, New York, Inverness, Florida with Clyde, Nowhere, Oklahoma, still my favorite name. We have Connecticut, Gatlin, Pennsylvania, Somerset, Pennsylvania, BC, Canada, Ottawa, Canada, Las Vegas, Nevada, West Virginia, Western New York, Missouri and the Ozarks, South Carolina, East Central Illinois, Rolling Meadows, Illinois, Central Ohio or Iowa, St. Louis, Ontario, Canada, BC, Canada, Panama City Beach, Florida. Couldn't get that one out. Littleton, New Hampshire, Michigan, Greenlee County in Arizona, Granbury, Texas, St. Augustine, Florida, Cape Cod, Massachusetts, Verone, BC, Canada. We have North Texas. We have Alabama's in the house, Michigan, Arkansas, North Huntington, Pennsylvania, Ulster Park, New York, Fort Payne, Alabama, St. Columbian, Quebec, very nice, East Tennessee, Finneyville, Pennsylvania, Horseshoe Lake in the 80K, very nice. Alan, I know where you're from. You're from West Virginia. Lake East, Ohio, Scattown, Northwest Florida, the Pennsylvania Wilds. We have Virginia's in the house. So again, guys, we are all over the country. We're all over the world. We're a huge, huge network of people. We're the ones that can make a difference. We can make a difference now by trying to educate, wake people up, and try to help people that way. And I know a lot of them don't listen, and that's okay. If you can help some, that's better than none. The less victims that we have out there, the better off we're going to be. So the more people that we can wake up, That's that many less victims out there. And I think that is important to do that. We will also make a huge difference after an event because we can have those as teaching moments and try to teach people that, hey, if you did this differently, things would be better. And so I think that that's what we should try to do. Natural disasters and emergencies are going to continue to happen. That is the fact. It's a fact. So if we can help people not to be victims, that would be an awesome thing. To me, it is anyway, I think. So that's why I don't give up on people. I think that the more that we can contribute in that way, I think it makes a difference. Because when the day comes when a true SHTF event does happen, there's going to be that many less victims out there. There's still going to be a ton, don't get me wrong. Hey, Maxie. There's still going to be a ton out there, but the less people that are victims or more people that are going to make it. And that's just my take on that. So I think that that is an important thing. And I just think that the better prepared we are, yeah, control your controllables. And that's exactly, and it's simple. It's simple. Give yourself an advantage. Why would you not do that? Why would you not do that? Um, I want to, and I want you to think about something. I'm going to mention this really quickly. SHTF when it happens. Let's say SHTF happens tomorrow. We are talking about extremely high stress, high stress. People are going to be losing their minds once they realize, holy crap, this is the real deal. So let's say we're 3 days in. People are going to wake up and realize, holy crap, the power's not coming back on. This is the real deal. And they're going to lose their minds. They're going to lose their minds. My thing is this. If I can keep things for my circle of people, my family, right? If I can keep things as normal as possible, does that mean we're going to be getting on the internet? Probably not. Probably won't be there. Does that mean we're going to be getting on our cell phones? Probably not. Probably not going to be there. But if we're able to have 3 hots every day, we're going to have a cot to sleep in comfortable, dry areas, getting proper rest, being able to take a hot shower, okay? Being able to do those things, that semblance of normalcy, that can make a huge difference psychologically of how you do in a post event. Um, if you are flipping out and don't know which way you're going to go and you're running around in circles like a chicken with your head cut off, tell me what you're going to accomplish. You're not, okay? So the more that we are prepared, the more that we are ready, it puts us in a situation where we're not going to be as stressed. And you're talking about a very seriously high stress situation. So the less stress that you have on yourself, because you have properly planned, you know what you're going to do. You know where you're going to go. You know what supplies are going to be there when you get there. You know what supplies you're going to take with you. You have to think about those things and you have to plan for them. That's my take. Okay. So, anyway, I want to thank my moderators who do an absolutely fantastic job keeping the chat clean. Ladies and gentlemen that moderate for me, thank you so much for what you do. It is really, really appreciated. Also, remember, guys, I want to thank you guys for all being here too. It's a big part of what we're doing, and I really, really appreciate it. What are we at? 282. Let's see. We got to get 18 more, guys. We got to hit 300 here. We just got a couple minutes. Let's hit 300 thumbs up. So, if you haven't done so yet, please do so. Let's hit 300 thumbs up before we jump off of here. And I thank you ahead of time. Again, it really does make a big difference with the algorithms as well. I think I've only asked like twice tonight, so I'm not like been big on that. So, but I do appreciate it. We have to remember, folks, that we truly are all in this together, that we are one race called the human race. If we could ever figure that one out, we will be in much, much better shape. We have to stop letting them divide us. It's not Republican, it's not Democrat, it's controlled. They're puppets. That's all they are. And they're controlled by big business. Big business wants to control every aspect of your life. We have to stop letting them do that. And the way we start is stop stupid infighting over scraps. It doesn't make any difference. It doesn't make a difference what color you are. It doesn't make a difference what religion you are. It doesn't make a difference if you've been vaxxed or if you're unvaxxed. It doesn't matter what your political affiliation is, all right? we put that pettiness behind us, and we come together, we can accomplish anything. Anything. All right. Also, remember, hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really, really important that we tell the people that we care about every day how we feel. I'm seeing 3 to go. We're at 297. We need 3 more to hit 300. So let's get it up there. Let's get the 300 thumbs up. Uh, Also, remember, guys, STD, step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only person that's going to stop you from reaching your goals is you. That's it, nobody else. If you stay positive and stay away from the negativity, stay away from people that want to bring you down, you're going to be in much, much better shape. If you're surrounding yourself with positive people, positive things are going to happen for you. It's a fact. It's how it works. Okay. So 304, awesome, good deal. Uh, Good to be back on, guys. I actually did miss you all. I love doing these things, and sometimes though we got to take a couple of days. So it was fun to get away. My next vacation, honestly, is not going to be the next year until I go to Sturgis. So that is going to be that's what I got planned. Next year is going to be a big one for Sturgis, and that's going to probably be a couple of week vacation. So, but anyway, guys, be safe. Watch out for each other. Continue to prep. Continue to get ready. I will see you all in the next one. Prepper Nurse 1 out for now.